Dear viewers, sometimes life gives us everything, yet we still feel empty. Today's story will open your eyes, touch your heart, and maybe change the way you see the world. There once lived a very wealthy man. He had everything a person could dream of: a huge mansion, dozens of servants, cars, money, power, fame, everything. But despite all this, he had one worry: his only son. A kind boy, but one who had grown up surrounded by luxury. He never experienced hardship. He never knew what struggle was. He didn't value the blessings he had, because he had never seen life outside his comfort. The father often watched him waste food, complain about small problems, and ask for things casually without realizing their worth. One evening, the father sighed and thought, if my son doesn't understand the value of what he has, he will never be truly happy. I must show him what real wealth is. The next morning, the father told his son, "Pack your things. We're going on a trip." Excited, the boy asked, "Where are we going? To a resort? A private island?" The father smiled gently. "No, somewhere very different." They traveled for hours. The tall buildings disappeared, the noise of the city faded, the air grew fresher, and the land became wider and green. Finally, they reached a small village, a place the boy had never seen before. They arrived at a tiny house made of wood and mud. The father knocked, and a poor farming family welcomed them warmly. The house was simple: no tiles, no fancy furniture, no AC, no expensive decorations. But there was something else: a peace, a warmth, a happiness glowing on every face. The boy looked around in surprise. The poor family gave them food: simple bread, vegetables, milk, things they grew themselves. They didn't have much, but whatever they had, they shared with love. For 2 days, the father and son lived with this poor family. The boy woke up at dawn and saw the children running barefoot in the fields, laughing. They had no toys, but they had each other. They had the sky, the grass, the wind. He saw the family work hard together, planting seeds, feeding animals, cooking food, cleaning, and yet smiling through every moment. At night, instead of city lights, he saw thousands of shining stars decorating the sky. The sound of cars and machines was replaced by the calming voice of the river flowing beside the house. The boy felt something he had never felt before: peace. After 2 days, it was time to go back. On the way home, the father finally asked, "My son, how was the trip? What did you learn?" The father expected the son to say he felt pity for the poor family. He expected the boy to say they lacked everything. But instead, the boy took a deep breath and said words that shook his father's heart. "Father, I learned that we are the poor ones." The father looked at him sharply. "What do you mean?" And the boy replied, "Father, we have one dog, but that family has 4 who love them and protect them. We have a swimming pool in our house, but they have a whole river, flowing with fresh, clear water. We have imported lights in our garden, but they have the stars that shine brighter than anything we can buy. We buy our food from shops, but they grow their own food with their own hands. We have walls and alarms to protect us, but they have friends and a whole community who watch out for each other. We spend our time on phones and screens, but they spend their time in nature, with each other, laughing more in one day than we do in a month. We have big houses, but very little time for each other. They have small homes, but big hearts full of love." The boy paused, tears forming. "Father, I realize something. We have everything, but we are still unhappy. They have so little, but they are rich in ways that money can't buy." The father listened quietly. He had taken his son on this trip to teach him a lesson, but in the end, he himself learned one. Tears filled his eyes, not of sadness, but of relief. Relief that his son understood something many people never realize in their entire lives. He whispered, "My son, thank you for showing me how poor we truly are." Dear viewers, we spend our lives running after money, comfort, luxury, status. We forget that real wealth is not found in banks, cars, or houses. Real wealth is found in family, love, peace of mind, nature, gratitude, good relationships, a clean heart, a smile that comes from within. Many poor people sleep peacefully at night, while many rich people stay awake worrying. True wealth is not what you have in your pocket, it's what you have in your heart. If you like this story, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Maybe today, you can open someone's eyes too. Thank you for watching. May you always stay blessed, happy, and truly wealthy in the ways that matter.